You know what? Actually, you know what? It isn't better than coffee. You know what's... I think... Okay, never mind. That's my transition. And yes, it was intentional. My backtracking was intentional. But either way, I've done the appropriate attire. It's weird that I'm doing it now instead of after I do a recap, but that's whatever. Last time, we played through Angelic Chaos. We are finally... We finally get more... We're getting more official with Kurumi, I guess you could say. They haven't tied the knot yet. I guess that would only pertain to... You would use that phrase for people who are getting married, but in this instance, it's for people who are transitioning from a quote-unquote trial run to a real relationship, romantic one. So who knows? But you know, for some reason, because here's the thing, right? The only reason why Riku isn't dating Kurumi is because he can't get it up. So for some reason, their solution is to try help him get it up while he's in Diablo form. And, well, who would have guessed that there would be problems there? Who would have guessed that problems would have occurred when you make him try to get it up in the form where... How would I say this? The reason why Riku can't get it up is because of Diablo. So why would you try to make him get it up in that form? Right? Not only is he able to control mana more, right? In the way I mean that he's more powerful, right? So it would be harder for Riku to control his mana in that form, especially if it goes out of control, which it did. But also, Diablo didn't want children, so, you know, I guess I guess they don't have the I guess they don't know the reason why Diablo why Riku can't get it up, but still. But on the bright side, what we got out of it was a pretty cute scene between Kurumi and Riku where she suppresses his mana by, I guess, teaching him through telepathy how to suppress his mana, which led to them kissing. And Noah saw the entire thing. So let's hope she doesn't spread any rumors or accidentally, you know, leak that happened to Amane, so that we don't have any misunderstandings, because Kurumi and Riku aren't dating yet. Now, if they were dating officially and Noah said anything, it would be fine, I guess. As intrusive as telling someone else that you saw Kurumi and Riku kissing would be, but at least there wouldn't be any misunderstandings that they're dating. But either way, that's enough rambling on. Once again, I should have recorded a clip during that recap. But whatever. Let's get into it. Now, here's the thing, right? I titled the stream Surely We're Close to the End, but if I'm being honest here, I feel like there's at least like a few more streams left to go of Angelic Chaos, and by a few more I mean like 3 or 4. Alright, the surely we're close to the end would you know, you would expect that to pertain to a stream that is like, you know, this stream will be when I finish the visual novel. But yeah, they aren't even dating yet, officially, I mean. So I don't know why I titled it that. I couldn't think of anything else. But in the grand scheme of things, 3 or 4 streams is a lot less than the 30 plus amount of times I've streamed this game, so technically, yeah. Either way, let's actually get into it. July is almost over, with August right around the corner. Only 1 month remains for our summer break. That's all the time I have to fix things, to hone the senses that Kurumi taught me. Having said that, I have no idea how to even begin, so I'm doing a bit of meditating. I calm my heart and engage in dialogue with the powers within me. While I'm not sure this will be entirely effective, I can hardly think of anything better to do on my own. Logically speaking, the most effective thing to do would be to repeat the exact same thing we did last time. But while I'm fine putting myself at risk, I'm not about to put Kurumi at risk. I mean, you know, you got a kiss out of it, so isn't that a good thing? Sure, it was a desperate situation, so I managed to force myself to focus on suppressing my manner that one time. But who to say I can do it again? Being so close to her is bound to bring about intrusive thoughts, and what if she manages to read one of them? Not manages, what if she accidentally reads one of them while she's training her manner, you mean? While she's training her mind reading skills, I doubt she'd particularly care. She probably has some intrusive thoughts of her own, but still. Yeah, what if she accidentally says her intrusive thoughts through telepathy and sends them directly to you? My attempt at meditation has failed. It's been a few days since I went over to Kurumi's. We've been texting in the meantime, but I haven't met up face to face. Things got extremely awkward after we got caught up in the moment and kissed. Calling it just a kiss is a bit of an understatement when your first kiss included tongue, alright? Though it was my first ever kiss, and it was amazing. I've spent the whole time telling her how I want to wait until I'm better, but I know if I were to see her now, I'd get the urge to start kissing her again. Well, let's hope that the next time you see her, she's around her friends, so that you don't get that urge. Unless you still get that urge and, you know, do it in front of her friends. She'd probably let me do it too. It'd go on for hours on end, and we'd get none of our homework done. These thoughts start getting me depressed all over again. Why do I have to be impotent now of all times? Yeah, unfortunately, you have to be impotent during summer vacation, during the peak of your life, during the one time, I guess, you will ever start dating someone. In any case, that's why I haven't tried to see her yet. Ideally, we wouldn't see each other until after I've recovered from my ED, but who knows when that will be. So instead I've decided to just wait until my emotions have calmed down a little. Besides, she's going to be hanging out with Kinoshita and Shiraishi too, so I can't be monopolizing all of her free time, even though she wouldn't mind that. I don't think she would, I mean. What's a free day? What's a few days in the grand scheme of things? I'll be able to cool my head in the meantime. Well, not with those thoughts. I'm pretty sure today is the day the 3 of them are going to the beach. Kurumi is still getting flashbacks of her past life, so I hope this is a nice distraction for her. My phone starts to buzz, and it doesn't stop. It must be a phone call. I have a good idea who it's from. I end my meditation session and pick up my phone from my desk. The screen reads Kurumi, but I bet she's not the one on the other end of the line. I answer the call and raise the phone to my ear. Is it Shiraishi or Kaede? Kaede? Hello? Okay, yeah, I don't know why I thought her name was different. What do I tell you? What did I tell you? I've come to expect this by now. Well, yeah, Kurumi's not going to be the one calling you. She's texting. She'd text you instead. What's up? I thought you guys were going to the beach today.
そうです。実は大事な彼女さんと海に来てます。
Well, you sound like you're having fun.
ウェーイ、彼氏くん聞いてる？
Yes.
ビーチにはウェイウェイな野郎どもがいっぱいいるんすけど。
Okay.
くるみのことはがっつりガードするんで。ナンパとかノーセンキューなんで安心してね。
Huh? Oh, thanks.
そんだけ。じゃね。
Wait, put Kurumi. Oh, they hang up. That was a weird call. Those two are so chaotic. Although I do appreciate them calling to reassure me. Not that you were concerned about that anyway. The truth is, I was a little worried. Really? Okay. I know it's rich coming from the guy who hasn't even agreed to fully go out with her. But yeah, I was getting paranoid. Pathetic, really. He was so paranoid that we didn't know about it until now. A little while later, I get a text from Kurumi apologizing. I tell her to have fun, then put my phone back on my desk. She and I have agreed to go to the beach together in August, so I have until then to get myself back to normal. And what do I want once that point comes exactly? Well, there's only one answer. I sigh again. And lately I've been thinking about my dick a whole lot more. Lust is a powerful motivator, but it really is pathetic that it's my primary motivation. Well, considering you can't get it up, I would assume it would be. It's a very valid motive. It's a valid motivator. Still, it's better than giving into depression. I just have to believe that my desires will allow me to overcome my ED and do what I can. I know Riku doesn't know how he solved his ED in other rounds, but the only way he was able to solve it in the other round was because of H scenes. Right then, after meditating comes yoga. I realize this is even less likely to help than meditating is, but yoga has that whole mystical vibe to it, so who knows? I've heard that mastering yoga lets you breathe fire. It can even lengthen your limbs. Do you want either of those things? I pick my phone up again and open up YouPive. I forgot that's what YouTube is in this world. What kind of video will help me get in the zone? Calm your heart with 30 minutes of meditative yoga. This should do the trick. I sit on the floor, position my phone so that I can see it, and press play. Then I follow the instructions given by the video. This is harder than I was expecting. The title said meditative yoga, but it feels more like I'm doing gymnastics. So, like, what's the point of this scene? You know, other than the whole Shiraishi and Kaede calling him, you know, I feel like Amane might walk in on this. My body begins to warm up as I stretch my muscles. Hell, I feel fitter already. Perhaps working on my posture will also improve the flexibility of my manner. Or maybe that's just wishful thinking. Either way, I have no better ideas. Here goes nothing. I'm not sure legs are supposed to bend like this. That's because you're not flexible enough. Okay, yeah.
なんか今日もお兄が部屋で暴れてるけど。
Okay, so this is right. Yeah, no, we needed to we needed to make sure. How do I say this? The writers just wanted the players to know that he wasn't trying to, you know, do anything with its peanuts. He's just doing yoga. Yeah.
いろいろ試しているみたいだね。魔王の力を制御するために。
昨日ちらっと覗いたら変な体操してた。効果あるのあれ。
So he didn't get walked on, but she still saw him doing yoga.
どうだろうね。手探りなのは仕方ないよ。僕もかぐやも効果的なアドバイスはしてあげられないし。
急に頑張り始めたよね。まあ前から頑張ってはいたけどさ。
今まで以上にもどかしいだろうしね。くるみとのこともあるし。
ん？くるみ先輩とのことって？
This is what I was talking about, bro. I mean, okay, but when I say this is what I was talking about, wait, let me think. I brought up how Noah Noah looking at Kurumi and Riku kissing will lead to this. The reason I was debating on the reason I was thinking so hard about this is because I didn't know whether or not I brought this up before in terms of, you know, the YouTube recording. But I brought it up during my recap for this stream. And I said if Kurumi and Riku were actually dating, this wouldn't be a problem. As intrusive as Noah seeing both of them kissing would be. But because they aren't dating, there's going to be a misunderstanding here. And now that Noah's brought up Kurumi, she kind of can't really get out of explaining what she saw.
何？あって
なんでもないよ。
めっちゃ動揺してるし。え？ちょっと待って。あれ？そういえばちょっと前、ゲームしてるときくるみ先輩がりっくんって口滑らせてて。
Oh shit. It's even worse than I thought. I thought Noah was going to explain to Amane what she saw, but Noah's just letting Amane reach her own conclusion. Uh-oh.
もしかして二人付き合ってる？いつから？
僕は何も言ってないよ。
You didn't need to.
顔見ればわかるから。いつから？ねえ、いつから？
知らない。僕もこの前キスしてるの見ただけで。キス？
It was a spur of the moment thing, you know. They were caught up in. Okay, yeah, I can't really explain why they started kissing after he was able to control his mana again, but you know, their faces were close to each other. Never mind.
うわー、いつの間に。あの野郎。
できればそっとしてあげてほしいというか。
別に茶化したりするつもりはないけどさ、次から一緒にゲームするの気まずいじゃん。なんか
すまない。
Guys, listen. I'm not actually dating Kurumi. This is just a trial run until I can get it up again. So that after I can get it up again, I can actually start dating Kurumi and use the thing that I can finally use again. What? Shit. I didn't say that.
天使創造リブート。
I'm heading out. Okay, here's the thing, right? I wonder how, or I guess, what the player would be thinking if this was their first round, right? Because me, as someone who has played through every other character's round, knows that the only way we've seen, or I guess I've never really quote unquote seen it because I'm playing through the All Ages version, but the only way we've seen him be able to get it up again was through the H scenes, right? Was through getting pleasured by his sometimes future girlfriend, but most of the time just girlfriend, right? The exceptions were Orie and Fumika. But I wonder how you would be thinking about all of these steps that Riku is doing to try to get it up. And also the only reason why he isn't officially dating Kurumi is because he can't get it up, right? I wonder if this would be annoying to someone. Because here's the thing. This doesn't make any sense to me. Solely because of the fact that we have seen him date Noah, Amane, and Kaguya way before he was ever able to get it up. And even, especially in Kaguya's case, where there was a whole thing about the fact that he wasn't able to satisfy his girlfriend, I guess. Not really, you can't really say it in that way. But, you know, he was insecure about the fact that he wasn't able to get it up and fuck his girlfriend, right? With Noah and Amane, they start dating, right? And he's able to get it up during the first hate scene, right? With Kaguya, it's, you know, during the round I was confused about why he was able to get it up as quickly as every other character, but, you know, they explained it pretty well in the fact that he's able to control his mana a lot better in Kaguya's route through the quote-unquote special training. So, of course, it'd be harder for him to suppress it less, I guess. Here, though, none of those cases exist. Right? Sure, he's trying to be able to... He's trying to gain better control over his mana again, but it's not going to be on the same level as in Kaguya's route. And he isn't even dating Kurumi yet. So he isn't even close to needing to use his peanuts. So, you know, I wonder if a player who has only played through Kurumi's route, right? This is their first route in Angelic Chaos. I wonder if they would be annoyed over the fact that this is happening because they are imagining or picturing that this is going to happen in the other characters' routes. Right?
デートっすか？
Huh?
くるみ先輩とデートっすか？
Real subtle there, Amane. Noah's awkwardly looking away from me. I get the feeling she accidentally let it slip, rather than told her intentionally. Of course, that would mean that Amane knows about the kiss too. I don't really care if she knows, but explaining the whole tentative thing is far more trouble than it's worth. Because you know, and Kurumi knows, that this whole fucking fake dating shit is bullshit. And the only reason they're doing it isn't because Riku can't get it up. It's because they're fucking cowards. Right? As much as Kurumi is annoyed over the fact that Slay never said anything about her feelings to Diablo, she's just doing the same thing in a roundabout way. Right? Her excuse is that she doesn't know if her feelings are true or if they're just because of Slay. But we all know it's bullshit. Regardless of if you played through other characters' routes or not. Especially Amane's. See you later.
わ、無視。
I walk straight out of the door, leaving Amane behind me. This is probably going to come back to bite me when I get home. But oh well. I'm asserting my right to remain silent. As it so happens, Amane hit the nail on the head. Kurumi and I have a date planned, but we haven't agreed to do anything specific. Just like with every other date. The only thing confirmed so far is that we're meeting at the Starbucks by the station. We'll probably spend a few hours chatting about her trip to the beach the other day and whatever else, then say goodbye. The real purpose is seeing each other rather than doing anything specific. It's pretty annoying having to come up with a reason to see each other now that there isn't school. It's only annoying because it's only annoying because you aren't officially, quote-unquote, officially dating. Whoever gets here first is supposed to grab a table for the two of us.
りっくん、やっほー。
Kurumi's waiting for me outside the store. I guess she wasn't able to get a table immediately. Sorry, were you waiting long?
今来たとこ。これ、一回行ってみたかった。
Same too. To be honest, it looks pretty crowded here though.
そうなんだよね。中も外も満席。違うお店行こっか。
We could. Or we could grab some drinks and head to the park.
あ、いいね、それ。デートっぽい。そうしよう、そうしよ
Are you sure though? It's really hot out.
う。風あるし、日陰なら涼しいじゃない？お店探して歩き回るより全然いいかな。
Alright, let's get some drinks and heading over then. Whoa!
大丈夫？
Yeah, I'm fine. It's so crowded that I end up bumping into another customer. And make sure to watch where I'm walking this time as we join the line that stretches all the way out of the cafe. This is gonna take a while.
だいたい混んでるよね、ここ。
Is it? I don't come here a lot. Do you?
ああ、どうだろう。学院帰りにたまにボス場の方が多いかも。安いし。
Oh, so you're a fan too.
こっちは値段もカロリーも爆上がりだから。毎日飲んでたらやばい。絶対太る。
Aren't those drinks with all the cream in them supposed to be like 1,000 calories?
そうやばい。でも美味しいんだよね。
We chat as we wait in line. Lately, we've spent a lot of time discussing our past lives, so it makes a nice change to... It makes a nice change. It makes for a nice change to talk about something inconsequential, I guess. The line sluggishly takes us into the cafe and eventually up to the counter. After picking up the drinks we ordered, we head to the park.
あの辺はどう？
It seems good to me. We sit down together under a tree. It's pretty nice in the shade.
いただきます。
She starts sucking on her straw, and I quench my thirst with my iced coffee. The conversation was flowing naturally, but it's come to an abrupt halt. Now that I've noticed the silence, I can't ignore it. So I bring up the first thing that comes to mind. How was the beach?
楽しかったよ。てか、ごめんね。地下と楓が。
I'm used to it by now.
慣れたって言われるほどやっちゃってるってことだよね。なんで私のスマホ使うかな。二人ともりっくんの ID 知ってるのに。てか、電話自体するなし。
Yeah, but it'd be cheating if they called me instead of... if they called me through their phone number instead of through yours, they'd be considerate.
気遣い？騒ぎたいだけじゃない？
Sure, they were getting a kick out of it, but that's not all it was about. It's like when they asked me to come to Starbucks that one time. They wanted to make sure I wasn't getting the wrong idea.
誤解？
Oh crap, maybe I shouldn't have said that.
なに？
They wanted me to know that you wouldn't just ask someone to go out with you for the heck of it, basically.
そう言われたの？
Not in those exact words, but yeah.
いつ？私がりっくんのコーヒー買いに行ってる時か。
Yeah, they were looking out for you and trying to help in their own way.
なんだよあいつら。泣かせるじゃん。
I think they called me the other day because they were concerned. And it definitely been, considering the possibility that guys were hitting on you.
そういう風に思ってくれてたんだ。
Well, I mean, a little. Can't be too careful when my girlfriend's as cute as you are, can I?
急に褒めるじゃん。
Uh-huh. Oh, crap. I was trying to hide my embarrassment, but I ended up saying something even more embarrassing. No, you just need to double down, alright?
ありがとう。可愛いって言ってくれて。
If you don't want to be embarrassed about complimenting Kurumi, just double down and say, what? How would you say it? Can't be too careful when my girlfriend is as cute as you. Instead of saying, oh crap, I was trying to hide my embarrassment, you should have said something else. I had something in mind and it's fucking it left the building. I mean, it's true. You are cute. Yeah, probably that's probably as close as you can. That's probably as close as you can get to doubling down, right? Should have said that. Should have said that after Aren't You a Smooth Talker?
やばい。照れる。 てか、なんかごめん。普通に海行っちゃって。そうだよね。ナンパの心配するよね。
You don't have to apologize for that. I was just being paranoid. It's embarrassing that Shirashi and Konoshita realized that, mind you.
自分で気づけなかったのが悔しいな。あの二人、何にも考えてなさそうで、実は気遣いの鬼なんだよね。てか、そうだ。りっくんと付き合ってなくても、別にナンパ待ちで海行こうとしてたわけじゃないからね。
Don't worry, I know.
そっか。りっくん、私のこと遊び人だと思ってる節あるからな。
I don't know what you're talking about, Kurumi. It's not like one of it's not like one of the first things he brought up about you in regards to dating is that you had experience.
おい、なぜ黙る？
Until recently, I did think that, yeah.
失礼な。ちゃんと処女ですから、私。
You don't have to say it so loudly. There are children around.
私、今何言った？
You really want me to repeat it?
いいです。言わなくていいです。
Well, I knew that already. You already told me before.
ですね。てか、りっくんもだよね。
Huh?
一応聞いとこうかなと。
I never told you?
付き合ったことない的なことは聞きましたが、なんか私だけぶっちゃけちゃったし。
You're guilt tripping me.
りっくんもですよね。
Yeah, I'm a virgin.
だよね。
We finally got the conversation going again, only for it to die down. What can we talk about next? We've already covered her trip to the beach. Fuck, I can't think of anything. Why am I so bad at conversation?
この後どうする？
Oh, good question. We could go shopping.
何かある？欲しいもの。
Not particularly.
あ、そうだ。お互いに買うのとかは？
Like as a present?
何でもいいし、アクセとかそれ以外でも。
I don't have that much money, alright. Buying each other a present sounds good to me.
でしょ？お互いのセンスに任せる感じで。
Now you're really laying on the pressure.
何でもいいってば。何でも嬉しいし。
Easy for you to say. You're not the one buying a girl a present. Whoa. A bird shit plops down right in front of me.
うわ！大丈夫？
Yeah, but man, that was close.
鳥の巣あるのかな？移動しよっか。
Yeah. We scamper out from under the tree while cautiously looking above us. I give myself a quick scan to make sure, and fortunately there's no shit on my clothes or shoes. It didn't get on your head, did it?
大丈夫。
Thanks. Never thought that would happen.
たまにあるよね。無駄に空を気にしちゃうやつ。
What is going on? Because okay, I understand that not everything in a visual novel needs to serve a purpose, right? There's a reason I was questioning the yoga thing, which led into Amane finding out that Kurumi and Riku are dating, but they aren't actually dating. But I didn't bring it up. I didn't bring it up when he bumped into that guy because, well, what was the point? How do I say this? What is this going to lead to? Because not only does he bump into that guy, which, well, I guess you can't really call it an unfortunate mistake, because, well, he just bumped into someone. It's not like he's got coffee spilled on him when he bumped into that guy. But now a bird shits right next to him. I'm going to struggle to keep my eyes on keep my eyes on ground level for a while, I think.
じゃあ、屋根のある場所行きますか。
Nah, let's hit up the shopping mall. More choice there.
賛成
What's going to happen in the shopping mall? And back to the station we go. We leave the park and head back toward the station. I keep on checking the skies above me the whole way there, watching out for raining bird shit. Fortunately, we make it to the station without incident and quickly hop on the train. The seats were all taken, so we end up standing next to each other, standing next to the door. In order to not get in anyone's way, we end up closer than usual. I really shouldn't be getting nervous. Getting so nervous from this. Not now that we've kissed and all, but I am. And so things are awkward once more. The conversation just doesn't happen. Relief washes over me when the doors open to us at our station. And strangely enough, conversation starts up again as we walk toward the mall.
よーし
Okay, so nothing's happened yet. We've arrived at the shopping mall. We're now going to buy each other presents.
ここでまさかの提案です。
ん
別行動で。
And buy the presents separately?
はい。一緒だと何買うか分かっちゃうし。
You want it to be a surprise?
欲しいもらうまでワクワクしたい
I better pick out something good then.
私もめっちゃ真剣に選ぶ。そうだな。1時間でいい？短い？
That's fine.
よしじゃあ、また、上限決めておいた方がいいよね。
On spending?
5000はちょっと高いか。
1,000 yen.
2000、
Ah, shit.
3000円以内
I guess I'm too frugal, too stingy. One of those works.
3000円以内だけど、別に1000円でも100円でも OK。オーバーするのは NG。あ、でも、3000円もちょっと高い？
Nah, that's good. It's a present, so you don't want it being too cheap.
じゃあ制限時間1時間で3000円以内
And it doesn't have to be something specific?
なし食べ物でもいいし、何でもありで
Gotcha.
では、1時間後にまたここで解散
Kurumi walks off, so I decide to head in the opposite direction. As far as presents for a girl go, the first thing that comes to mind is jewelry. Kurumi wears quite a lot of that stuff. Although that just means I'll have it worse if I pick out the wrong thing. I don't wear jewelry myself, so I don't even know how much they cost. With a 3,000 yen limit, anything I buy is going to be on the cheaper side. I wonder if I could buy a silver ring for that much. Oh, wait, a ring? No way, that's too much. A necklace would be better, wouldn't it? Honestly, I don't have a clue. I'll take a look around for now and hope inspiration strikes. I gather my resolve and enter a store I've never been in, or thought about going in before. From what I can tell, it's a store that sells jewelry for young people. All the customers look young to me, at least. They're all girls, which makes me feel awkward, but they're not paying any paying me any attention, so I can take my time choosing something. And these are cheaper than I was expecting. Some are even under 1,000 yen. I could either buy one that's more expensive, or several cheaper ones together. Okay, no. I've decided against getting her jewelry, okay. What if I get her something she doesn't like, and then she feels obliged to wear it? If I'm going to buy her an accessory, it'll be when we're shopping together. I leave the store and try to come up with a new plan. This is tough. I'm sure she'd appreciate the gift, whatever it is. I'm sure she'd appreciate the gift, whatever it is. Okay, yeah, I guess it works. Without the comma. But if I'm buying her a present, I want it to be something she'd like. It's hard to go wrong with food, and she could always share it with her family. I walk around, my mind's still not made up. I pick out stores at random, wander aimlessly through them, only to leave empty-handed. It happens over and over again. I assumed I'd never need a whole hour to go shopping, but I couldn't have been more wrong. Time is running short, and I'm starting to panic. In my desperation, I turn to a more general store selling a variety of things. Maybe I won't find something here, but it might help me narrow my search. My eyes come to a halt. It isn't anything all too special, but yeah, this is it. I return to the meeting place and find Kurumi sitting on the bench, waiting for me. She notices me and waves. I head on over and sit down next to her. Phew, I barely made it in time.
もうちょっと長くすればよかったね。私もギリギリだった。
She smiles, a small bag placed in her lap.
私からいいっすか?
Oh, sure. I'm getting kind of nervous now.
私も心臓バクバク。気に入ってくれるといいんだけど。はい。
She moves the bag over to my lap. I peer inside it. There's a small white box, simple in design. Can I open it? I take the box out of the bag. Huh. So what is this? All the writing's in English. Perfume, I think it is. I think it says it. Oh, you got me perfume?
です。はい。
Whoa, it looks fancy. Yeah, that's $30 fancy. It looks so fancy.
りっくん、つけてないよね。
Nope, never have.
かなりね、迷ったんだよね。香りってめっちゃ好みあるし。だからもう完全に私の好み。てか、私も使ってるやつ買っちゃった。
Oh, is it?
よくつけてる。
Then I'll love it. I always catch myself thinking how nice you smell.
マジ？よかった。
I always figured that was your shampoo though, not perfume.
石鹸系の香りだから近いよ。そんな感じ。男の子つけても全然いいやつ。
Thanks. I've never used perfume before, but I think I'm gonna like it.
よかった。いやもうほんとね、完全にね、自己満なプレゼントだからさ。自己満っていうか、独占欲的な？
How so? She begins to blush as she hesitantly elaborates.
だから、私といない時も香りで私を思い出せ的な？人？
No, it makes me really happy.
ならいいかな。そんな感じで私の欲にまみれたプレゼントですけど、よかったら使ってください。
Thanks, I will. You're meant to spray it on your wrists, right?
そうだね。手首は定番だけど、首の裏とか肘の裏 内側とかもありかな。
Huh? Oh, huh.
私はくるぶしとか膝の裏につけてる。あと腰とかもありかも。
What? I didn't realize perfume was so complicated.
はい。私のプレゼントはそんな感じです。
But why your ankles? Now it's my turn, huh? The time has finally arrived. I put the perfume back into the bag and place it on my lap. Then I hold Kurumi's present out to her. Here.
ありがとうございます。
She takes it. Then she peers into the bag, just like I did with mine.
ハンカチ
Yeah, feels a bit boring after the perfume. Kurumi excitedly takes the handkerchief out of the bag. I truly put a lot of thought into picking this out, but ultimately it really is boringly simple. I wanted to pick something out that you'd get a lot of use out of, like you did for me, I guess. But I was worried about getting jewelry you wouldn't like, so I figured maybe something that you could keep in your bag would be better. I didn't want to get something too flashy either, since I want you to actually like it, or actually use it. Do you like it? She nods. And then she clutches the handkerchief in it to her chest.
ありがとう。一生大事にする。
She smiles happily at me. Her genuine delight brings me both relief and another more powerful emotion. I think this might be love. Suddenly, I find myself unable to speak, or even look at her in the eyes. My eyes continue to dart around as I force myself to stammer out a sentence. I'm glad you like it. Really glad.
ほんと嬉しい。ありがとう。大事に使う。やっぱ、ほんと嬉しい。やっぱ使えないかも。
Well, you should use it. I could buy you another one if it gets worn out. I'll use the perfume too.
使ってやってください。
She puts the handkerchief back in its bag, which she then puts into her bag with exaggerated cautiousness. I put the perfume into mine, and my following actions come so instinctively they catch even me by surprise. I took hold of her hand. She doesn't say anything, but takes hold of mine in return. The shopping mall is extremely busy today, but neither of us care about who may be watching.
どうしよっか。どっかお店入る？
We could go see a movie again.
あ、いいかも。ちょうどいい時間のあるかな。
We huddle closer together to look at her phone, still hand in hand. There's one starting in 20 minutes, so we decide to go see it, even though neither of us know anything about it. We walk to the theater quickly, still holding hands, of course. Unfortunately, we have to let go to actually purchase our tickets. But we soon start holding hands again, and in fact continue to do so all throughout the movie. It's one of those flashy action flicks that are more style than substance, easy enough to follow in theory, but I barely take any of it in. I'm far too focused on her hand. It's a rather emotional moment for me. We're on a date, a typical, normal, everyday date, and that has me thinking that maybe it's a good thing I'm cursed like this. I'd be horny as fuck otherwise, probably unable to hold myself back too. Maybe we never would have gotten to spend these peaceful moments together. Sure. Perhaps my impotence is why we're able to take things slowly, going step by step, slowly nurturing our relationship. On one hand, I feel like I'm forcing myself to look on the bright side. On the other, just having these thoughts is a good sign that I'm starting to feel more comfortable. I'm satisfied with where we are right now, Yes, my problems still smolder inside me, and the urge to do something about them is no less strong. But right now at least, I'm happy. I'm one lucky guy, that's for sure.
そろそろ帰ろっか。
What are you fucking talking about? If I was able to get it up, he's essentially saying he would be too horny to go on a date with Kurumi if he was able to get it up. This fucking, what are you talking about? That doesn't make sense. Like, excuse me? Like, sure, maybe at the start, but you're not going to be that way forever. It's not like every couple who's ever gone on a date is because the guy or the girl can't fucking have sex. Like, yeah. The sun's setting, so it's time, unfortunately, for us to say goodbye. We'll be together until we reach the station. Then we'll embark on different trains.
じゃあね。
Yeah, see ya. I wave goodbye to her before getting on my train. Getting on my own train. The moment I'm left alone is when loneliness strikes. I'm in love. I think to myself before smiling at how cliched it is. I need to fix myself quickly, so that our relationship can progress into something more definite. I get off at my station and start making my way home. Maybe I'll test out the perfume she brought me when I get back. Although I don't want to waste it, I should save it for when I'm going out somewhere with her. Okay, I'll come up with something to do tomorrow, no matter how trivial. I know we're still only tentatively dating, because you're cowards, but I've been having so much fun with her. My impotence made me feel like it was the end of the world. It just goes to show that you never know what life will throw at you next. There's a huge issue in my life right now, but the positives more than make up for it. I remember how I felt back in the theater. I'm happy right now. I'm one lucky... Whoa! The wind carries a random plastic bag right into my face. There it sticks for several seconds, despite my desperate struggle to pull it off. It flaps against my cheeks for a while, before the wind carries it off into the distance. I was feeling so good about myself. It now is ruined. What is happening today? First, a bird almost shits on me. Now this? Well, you forgot about the guy you bumped into. A black cat purrs as it crosses right in front of me. On any other day, I just think about how cute it is. Come on, black cats are the most cliched of bad omens. Surely not. Some people even say it's good luck to be shat on by a bird. Excuse me? I mean, okay, sure, I guess. As you know, if you are unlucky enough to get shat on by a bird, then the rest of your day would be luckier. Sure. If you look at the bigger picture, there can be no doubt that I'm one lucky. The very same plastic bag dances back with the wind to slap across my face. Okay, yeah, what the fuck is going on? I'm so lucky, aren't I?
天使創造リブート。
Like, okay, this has to be specific to the fact that he's dating Kurumi, because this never happened anywhere else. So it has to do with Slay. Something's wrong here. Too many things have happened to write it all off as a coincidence. I usually would just laugh off these things, but if they continue happening to me today... I'm heading to the store. You want anything?
じゃあアイス。
Noah?
僕は大丈夫。
Alright, so ice cream for you.
いつもすまない。ありがとう。
I'll be back in a bit.
いってら。
What?
香水？
No? Yeah?
お兄、香水つけてんの？
This is forever. Why comment on it now?
今さらって。あのお兄が。
How obvious of a lie could that have been? Keep it up and you're not getting any ice cream.
別にバカにしてない。びっくりしただけ。
It didn't sound that way to me. Well, anyway, I'll be back. I think she's just surprised. Not only because it's the first time he's ever worn perfume, but, you know, he probably smells like Kurumi.
いってらっしゃい。
はあ。お兄がどんどんくるみ先輩に染まってゆく。
何か問題でもあるの？
問題はないけどさ。なんか複雑。
I decide to go out of my way and head to the next door over. If nothing happens, I'll write it off as a coincidence. But if something does happen... Nope, nothing yet. And I'm almost at the store. Just me being paranoid again, I guess. Hey, listen, hang on a minute. You can't write it all off. You can't write it all off as a coincidence yet. All right, you still have your trip. You still have a trip back to the back home with ice cream in your hand. A shrill metallic creaking gets me to turn around. Is that coming from the construction site? They must be in the middle of. Wait. Holy shit! It's collapsing. Whoa. I start running. Right as the scaffolding begins to collapse, sending metal sheets and pipes spilling out over the road. Holy shit. 1 second later and I'd be splattered all over the pavement. This is fucking Final Destination shit now. You know, the bumping into the guy, the bird shitting, the plastic bag, that was one thing. Now fate is trying to fucking kill him. What do you... A bunch of confused and panicked workers emerged from the construction site. Fortunately, there were no injuries. Well, yeah, the only one they're trying to injure is you. This can't be a coincidence. I might very well be the cause of all these incidents. I leave before any more accidents happen. I need to get home. This isn't something I can handle by myself. Well, I certainly don't want to entertain it, if I'm right about this. Noah.
ああ、おかえり。
あれ、アイスは？
Sorry, I've got a bit of an emergency in my hands.
何かあったの？
I was walking past the construction site when the scaffolding collapsed.
やっば、大事故じゃん。
You're telling me. Things are 100 times worse than I thought they were, so I rushed home.
想定？
I sat myself down in front of Noah. A lot of weird things have been happening to me lately.
例えば？
It was only small stuff at first, and I thought it was just a stroke of bad luck. A bird almost crapped on me, and plastic bags kept flying into my face. It only happened twice, so... The store would be all sold out of the ice cream I was looking for, and I kept slamming my little toe against the table leg. Okay, I didn't know those things.
最後のはただの不注意では。
Anyway, it's been one thing after another.
話が見えないけど、偶然でしょう。
I wanted to believe that, but the thing is, at the construction site happened. I nearly died. Hard to believe it was all connected after that. It isn't all connected after that.
なるほど。 また魔王の力を狙う者が現れた。リクはそう考えているわけだね。
Yeah, but why use this method? I think it's possible. Part of me still wants to believe it's all just a coincidence, but...
実際あったしね。
Exactly. It makes it feel a lot more possible. If I'm just being paranoid, then great. But I think we should look into it, just in case. Don't want to brush it off as a coincidence, only for it to get even worse down the line.
もしかしたら、工事現場に痕跡が残っているかもしれないね。調べてみよう。どのあたり？
I give no directions to the construction site.
わかった。先にかぐやの家に寄ろうか。同行してもらった方が良さそうだ。
Sorry to make you do this when I have no evidence.
気にしないでいい。リクの不安を解消するのも僕の使命だ。
Well, no, you have evidence. It's just circumstantial.
それじゃあ、行ってくるね。リクは念のため、家から出ないで。
Got it.
気をつけてね。
I feel bad leaving it all to them, but I know I wouldn't be much help anyway. Hopefully I'm just being paranoid.
誰かが狙ってるにしても、ビニール袋が飛んでくる魔法ってしょぼくない？
That's what I'm saying. I know, but things have been gradually getting worse. This latest incident was way worse than all the others.
魔法を重ねがけして、不運デバフをどんどんスタックさせる感じか。それならありそう。
Why? They'd have to be close by to keep casting magic on me, though.
回りくどいことするね。前もいっぱい他人を巻き込んでたし。
Now that they know that Kaguya's watching me like a hawk, maybe they feel like they have to be more indirect. Either way, we don't know enough to say for sure. Let's just wait for Noah to get back. Hopefully there's no cause for concern. But if someone from the other world has come back here to try and steal Diablo's powers, then it's likely we'll have another fight on our hands. I stare down at my palms. Last time I tried using my own magic, but it backfired. I don't want to go through that again. It's been roughly an hour. Noah's finally returned, with Kaguya and Orie in tow.
早速、結果だけ伝えると、痕跡は特に残っていませんでした。
Right. Sorry to send you out there then. I guess I was just paranoid after all.
安易にそう片付けていいのかしらってところよね。
Kaguya sits down on the sofa and crosses her legs.
痕跡を残さなかっただけで、実際にリクは狙われていたのかもしれない。
But you haven't received word from your contacts, so wouldn't that rule out the gate having been opened?
ええ、私たちの知る範囲ではね。監視の目が届かぬ場所でゲートが開かれている可能性は、残念ながら捨てきれません。リクの思い過ごしだった。この可能性は、ひとまず捨てましょう。楽観的に構えて事態を悪化させるのは愚者の行いだわ。私に察知されないよう魔法の使用を避けている。あるいは私の目を欺けるほどの手だれか。
Well, I mean, if a mage has enough power to fucking stack luck debuffs on a Riku from however far away, then I guess they would be powerful enough to avoid detection.
それって、お兄を殺そうとしている人がいるってことですよね。
Maybe it's fucking part 8 all over again with... Maybe it's fucking Wonder of You again.
そうね。暗殺者がいるという前提で備えるべきでしょうね。
Let's hope a plane door doesn't Let's hope a plane door doesn't fall from the fucking sky and try to hit him. They want to kill me. Last time they were only after my powers.
殺してしまえば誰にも奪われない。そう考える者が現れてもおかしくはないけれど。
However,
やり方が少し腑に落ちないのよね。
ビニール袋をお兄に投げつける暗殺者。
are you sure I'm not being paranoid?
数々の不運の中に偶然起こったものと実際に視覚が起こしたものが混在しているんじゃないかな。工事現場の足場が倒壊するなんて頻繁に起こることじゃないよね。
No, otherwise it'd be all over the news.
だとすればかぐやの言った通り楽観視はできないよ。視覚がいるものとして警戒した方がいい。
警戒って言ってもどうするの？外出控えるにしてもずっとは無理でしょう。
逆に出かけてもらいましょうか。積極的に。
To lure out the assassin, you mean?
危ないでしょそれ。
そうかしら。あまり脅威ではないと思うけれど。
Yeah, you might get rained on. You would not if you haven't read part 8, you wouldn't understand any of what I'm fucking talking about. Of JoJo's, I mean.
でもお兄死にかけたんでしょ？足場が倒れてきて。
I mean, to be fair, when I refer to parts in relation to anime, I guess most people's first thoughts would be JoJo's, but considering part 8 hasn't been adapted yet, right? And part 7 is only just coming out very soon, mind you. You know, only like there is a very small percentage of people who play visual novels and have read JoJo's, right? It's even smaller so people who watch others play visual novels and watch JoJo.
その程度でリクは死なない。
Or read part 8. I don't think it would.
魔王ならば死なない。
Ah, I get it. I could just transmigrate if things get dangerous.
ええ。魔王の力なら問題にならない。引っかかっているのはそこなのよ。暗殺なんて言ってしまったけれど、やり方があまりにもぬるい。もし暗殺者、視覚が存在するのなら、リクの命ではなく、何か別の狙いがありそうなのよね。
Okay, here's the thing. This is going back to the whole, you know, not everything needs to tie back into other things when it comes to what happens in a visual novel, much so a route. Because what I'm trying to say is, why is this happening now? Because if it isn't tied to Slay, then how do I say this? It's the same thing with how Clavi was hired by Kaguya's brother in Kaguya's route, but not in Noah's route. Right? So why is someone targeting Riku again with using fucking causality? Okay, maybe use less part 8 references. With debuffing him with stacks of bad luck in Kurumi's route compared to other characters' routes. Right? Which is why you want me to act as a decoy to lure them out?
そういうこと。おそらく視覚は私の動向に注意を払っているでしょうから、ずっとそばにいてあげられないのが難点だけど。
I mean, okay, here's the thing, right? When it comes to the big conflict at the end of Amani's route, that was another thing there, but that didn't really make any sense. They just kind of added the fact that Clavi shows up at the end for whatever reason, like to add more to the conflict. All right, they didn't really have a way to resolve Amani and Riku going to that world until they brought so they had to bring Clavi back in, put them in that situation so that Viz essentially separates herself from Amane or whatever after you taking that pill. Right? It was a very confusing thing. I didn't really comment that much on it, but you know, in hindsight, it kind of muddies the water in terms of how much I like Amani's route.
それなら問題ない。僕なら姿を消せるし、すぐそばでリクを守れるよ。
That works then. I'll go outside to try to lure the assassin out. Noah will stay hidden, observing and try and work out who they are.
今日は無警戒に動いてしまったし、決行は明日以降にしましょう。
I agree. Thanks as always, Kaguya.
謝罪するなら私の方。またこちらの世界のいざこざに巻き込んでしまっているわけだし。
She stands up with a forced smile on her face.
おいとましましょう。オリエ。はい、姫様。くれぐれも気をつけてね。
I will. I waved the two of them goodbye at the front door before returning to the living room. I'm a lot less confident in my theory now that they didn't find any evidence. But thanks for the help, Noah.
任せて。
家にいるときは平気なの？
Other than stubbing my toe, I doubt it. It beats going outside either way.
だからそれは不注意でしょう。
Well, let's hope that your bad luck doesn't cause the house to collapse. I don't know what you're trying to imply.
なんでだよ。気をつけてよ、ほんと。
I know. I am. It's just supposing whoever's out there is using magic to make my luck worse. That's gonna have an impact on those around me. As long as I stay home, nothing awful should happen. But if I go outside, the potential for catastrophe goes way up.
足場が倒壊するような事故が起きる。
Kind of. That's a more generous interpretation. I think when I do go outside, I need to make sure not to go anywhere too dangerous.
車通りの多い場所とか危なそうだね。
Oh, right. I wouldn't even have time to transmigrate if one of those came flying at me.
やっぱ外出ない方がいいんじゃない？
Well, that won't solve the problem. We have no evidence to go off, so we have to find some clues. Ourselves. Ourselves. Hopefully, there's no assassin, and we can all laugh. We can all laugh about how paranoid I am. What are you worried? What are you worried about me?
してませんって言いたいけど、するでしょ。一回鬼を殺しかけた身としては。
You had to do that. Don't feel guilty.
必要なら危険も厭わないっていうのは違う気がするな。
安心して、アマネ。リクは絶対に僕が守るから。
I'll be more than safe with an angel watching over me, and I'll be extra careful either way.
お好きにどうぞ。
Amane exited the living room with a sigh. Well, She doesn't seem too thrilled about the plan.
仕方ないよ。危険なのは事実だし。本音を言えば、僕も心配だ。
I'd be lying if I said I wasn't worried at all.
そばで守るとは言ったけど、資格も探さなきゃいけないから、僕は空から見守ることになると思う。できれば、くるみにも協力を頼みたい。巻き込むのを懸念するのはわかる。けれど、彼女はマナカンチに長けている。きっと、誰よりも早く異変に気づけるはずだよ。
I guess, yeah. Now that I think about it, I first noticed something was strange a few days ago during my date with her. She didn't say anything about it at the time. Maybe that birdshit incident, which I brushed off as a stroke of bad luck, was the start of all of this. If it is, then perhaps having her with me will help us get to the bottom of this. Okay. Let me think about this. Is the mage that they are looking for the guy he bumped into? Because it is not, pun intended, it is not a coincidence that he isn't bringing up the actual first incident, right? Which was him bumping into the guy. So, either he's brushing that off because it technically wasn't bad luck because nothing bad happened to him, he just bumped into someone, or the guy is the mage and is using his powers to make him something, I don't know. Okay, I'll talk to her about it.
家にいる間も何かあったらすぐに呼んで。
I will. Thanks. And then she turned this had turned into a big deal, though something about it still doesn't feel quite right to me. Kaguya thinks there might be an assassin after me. I certainly hope she's wrong about that. Ideally, we'll all be laughing about what a paranoid fool I am when I take them out somewhere to wait, what? Yeah, when I take them out somewhere to apologize. Then we can forget about all this. Sup? I met up with Kurumi in front of the station. Yesterday I called her to ask if she'd help out, and she readily agreed. Sorry for dragging you into this.
巻き込むとかそういうのやめようよ。私にできることなら何でもするし。てか、ここに来るまでは大丈夫だった？
Yeah, nothing happened.
くそー。異世界からの資格か。返り討ちにしてやるぜ。
She starts shadowboxing while providing her own sound effects. I really am glad to have her with me, although considering the risks involved, I'm still not entirely enthused about it.
このままブラブラするんだっけ？
Yep, we gotta act normal to lure out the assassin, and then, either Kurumi is going to use her mind-reading powers to find the assassin, or, yeah, I don't know.
オッケー。
That's kind of the only reason I imagine why they're doing this in Kurumi's route and on any other character's route. Notice something already?
香水つけてくれてる。
Oh, yeah, I am. I didn't put on too much, did I?
バッチリバッチリ。私もちゃんと持ってるよ。ハンカチ。
She takes the present I bought for her out of the bag. Out of her bag. This is making me feel all embarrassed.
嬉しいかも。こういうの。
Yeah.
ノアちゃん、見てるんだっけ？
Well, it's not like she wasn't watching when you kissed for the first time, so this is tame compared to that. Yep, from up above.
じゃあ、あんまり、あれだね。ベタベタしない感じで。
She already knows.
やっぱり
Oh, right. I guess Kurumi didn't know that she saw them kiss. We can act normally. I doubt she'll mind.
そっか。わかった。
Yeah, you know, Noah and Amane already have the wrong idea, so why not reinforce that? Shall we start walking?
りょう、
The two of us start walking together. I already told her that we should act normally, so I was planning to start holding her hand. But knowing that Amane is watching has me unable to work up the courage. I'm so pathetic.
ちょっとした不幸が起こるんだよね。
No, you're not pathetic for not holding Kurumi's hand while being watched by Noah. You're pathetic for dragging this whole tentative dating thing along for so long. Yep. Yeah, a bunch of small things mainly, but one thing was really bad.
一回だけ？どんな？
A bunch of scaffolding collapsed right next to me.
工事現場。それ昨日のニュースでやってたやつ？
Yeah.
あそこにリックいたの？
Yeah, walking along, minding my own business, when I heard this awful noise and started to run.
無事でよかった。ガチでシャレにならないじゃん。
According to Kaguya, Diablo would have been able to survive that.
魔王やば。いつでも変身できるようにしておかないとね。
Yeah, so if you notice anything, make sure to let me know, even if it turns out to be nothing. Better safe than sorry, you know?
了解。私も感度3000倍にしておかないとね。マナのセンサーのね、センサーの感度を敏感にって意味ね。
Maybe you should stick to sexual innuendos instead of outdated memes. Especially as outdated as that. You say the weirdest things sometimes.
すぐそういう想像するりっくんが悪いんじゃん。
Hey, I didn't say anything. You're the one who tried to clarify. You do realize how cliche that I'm sensitive joke is, right?
反論できん。
Not surprised.
広く浅くだからね、私。何でも興味持っちゃう。
As broad as horn face fucking. Right.
でも、無意識にあれなこと言っちゃうの、やめた方がいいよね。
I agree wholeheartedly.
2回も言わなくていいじゃん。気をつけよ
I don't mind when you do it with me. I'm used to it.
う。まあね。下ネタとか気軽に言い合える関係になりたいよね。どうせそのうち裸とか見せるわけだし。ん？こういうとこか？
Yes, exactly. I don't know how I'm supposed to respond to that.
気をつけます。
We chat as we walk along. Just acting as we always do. I could spend hours like this, walking, talking, maybe popping into a cafe. Hopefully this will just be just another date.
あれ？
About an hour later, we find ourselves back to my place.
もう帰ってきたの？
Unfortunately,
あまねちゃん。
どうも。お兄、シャツどうしたの？
you get fucking water sprayed on him. I'll explain everything when Noah gets back.
もういるよ。
She pops out of the wall.
大変だったね。
Sure was. I heave a deep, deep sigh as I sit down on the sofa. Kurumi sits down next to me, with Noah and Amane on the opposite side.
お兄、すごくやつれてるけど、 また事故でもあったの？
I have a feeling it was more than one. No, nothing as bad as yesterday. But it's been one thing after another.
え、そんなことあるの連続だったよね。
We're not getting to millennial human now. At first, I noticed my shoelaces were undone. No big deal, I thought. It happens. So I sat down on the side of the street to tie them back up.
そしたら、全力疾走してたおじさんのバッグが頭にヒットしたね。
うわ、痛そう。
Yeah, but the dude just kept running. After that, we went to go sit on the bench to take a break.
ベビーカーに足引かれたね。
These things are really heavy. Those things are really heavy, by the way. I should win a medal for keeping a smile on my face while the mum was apologizing to me.
不運というか、人災というか。
I feel like the stroller isn't the heavy thing, it's the baby inside that was the heavy thing. And the disasters kept on coming. Next, I got attacked by a tiny assassin.
え？何それ？
Fucking mosquito.
おもちゃ買ってもらって、テンション上がってたのかな、あの子。
It actually was just a tiny assassin.
デラックス月輪刀みたいなのを通りすがりにリックにフルスイングかまして、理不尽すぎて申し訳ないけど、笑っちゃったね。
That kid might have been the reincarnation of some hero, and his soul told him to take a swing at the big bad demon king. Anyway, that brings us to the last incident. The one that led to the large black stain on my shirt. Oh, it's a lot worse than it's a lot worse than a car driving over a puddle. The girl was walking along, looking at her smartphone, when she suddenly decided to veer off to the left, right at me. The cup of coffee she'd been carrying spilled all over my shirt. Oh, well, that's what I was thinking about with the first guy that he bumped into the last time. I couldn't stay outside in that, so we decided to come back here so I could get changed. So that's why you're deciding to sit on the couch while you still have a coffee-stained shirt.
明らかに女性の不注意だったけれど、なぜかリクが怒られてなかった？
Because she started yelling at me first.
ざけんなよてめえ！弁償しろよ！って、きれいめのお姉さんがヤンキーみたいにブチギレてた。
And then she threw the empty cup right at me.
理不尽な目に遭いすぎでしょ。
僕の目から見ても、あのトラブルの数は異常だった。リクが不審に思うのもうなずけるよ。
Yeah, I don't think this is just bad luck. Okay, my first thought was, is this just, how would I say? Okay, you've got one. There's one thing with the bird and the plastic bag, but it's another thing that there are people involved now, not indirectly, like with the scaffolding, right? But very much so directly with the guy with the bag, the girl with the coffee, the kid with the sword, the mum with the stroller. Is the assassin fucking mind controlling these people or whatever? Right? Okay, maybe you know, mind controlling, but you know, suggesting to them subtly that they should run over some guy's foot with a stroller, or hit them with their toy sword, or hit them across the face with a plastic bag that with a bag they're holding, and just keep running. I don't know about that one.
確かに何かありそうなんだけど。
And you know, the last girl, I don't think she was mind control. She was a Karen.
資格見つかった？
いや、発見できなかった。魔法を使われた感覚みたいなのもなかったな。 私が気づけなかっただけかもだけど。
実は、ナチュラルにお兄の運が悪かった？
I'd be inclined to agree with you. If all these incidents hadn't occurred in the space of half an hour, Noah's right. Something's going on.
普段から運が悪いなら、またかーってなるけど、そうじゃないもんね。あんなことなかったし。
何らかの力が働いていると見ていいと思う。ただ、その力が何なのかわからない。
なかなか厄介そうな。誰か来た？
I stand up and look at the door camera. It's Aurier. Kaguya doesn't seem to be with her. Come on in. I speak into the speaker before rushing over to unlock the door.
失礼いたします。
Is Kaguya not with you today?
姫様が動けば目につきますので。
Then she's assuming the assassin is keeping an eye on me. I lead Aurier into the living room.
オリエちゃんだ。やっほー。
こんにちは。お二人はこれからお出かけというわけではなさそうですね。
Yeah, he said he came home to change into a different shirt, but he still hasn't changed. She concludes upon seeing my coffee-stained shirt. That's what I called it. We just came back so I could get changed.
大変だったよ。バックでどつかれたり、デラックス月輪刀で切られたり。
無事なのですか？
ごめんごめん。おもちゃの刀ね。
I experienced the brute strength of a rambunctious the brute strength of a rambunctious young kid.
ああ、それは災難でしたね。
Hey, listen, they hit harder than you would expect.
資格について聞きに来たなら申し訳ないけれど成果なしだ。発見できなかった。
You know, adults, I mean, are aware enough that they shouldn't use full strength when they're, swinging a sword or whatever. But when it comes to kids, yeah.
そうでしたか。谷風さんに一つお伺いしたいのですが。
Sure, but first take a seat.
なんか飲みます？くるみ先輩も。
いえ、結構です。
じゃあ、私も大丈夫です。
よろしいですか？
Go for it. Aurea starts to explain without taking a seat.
谷風さんを襲う不運。徐々に被害が大きく、そして頻度も高くなっているのではありませんか？
I would assume so. Oh, didn't I tell you guys that? Yeah, they're getting a lot worse.
なるほど。であれば、いくら周辺を見張っても、死角は見つからないでしょうね。
なんかわかってる感じだ。
Well, unfortunately, you aren't able to see the assassin because none of you are stand users.
確信できなかったので昨日は話さなかったのですが、実は心当たりがあり、1日かけて調べておりました。おそらく谷風さんはとある魔法をかけられています。
Oh, what magic would that be?
古来要人の暗殺に用いられたいわゆる呪いと呼ばれる類のものです。
What, the curse of causality? What are you fucking...
対象の運気を徐々に下げるという非常に単純な魔法です。使用するマナも少なく痕跡は残りにくい。特に谷風さんは強力なマナをお持ちですから。
Aha.
谷風さん自身のマナの気配に紛れてしまい、呪いの発生源であるマナを探知できないのでしょう。
So it has nothing to do with mind control. So, okay, that rules out that possibility. Listen, the only reason I thought about it, I thought that, was because I'm trying to think of reasons why they need Kurumi's power to solve his problem, right? And, Kurumi I guess mind reading someone who bumps into Riku or whatever could help with that. But to be fair, that's a lot. How would I say? That makes a lot less sense than if she tried to mind read people to find out who the assassin is or whatever, which also doesn't make any sense. So yeah, I don't know. So what you're saying is that the assassin isn't using magic on me every time, but used it once on me a while ago?
十中八九。間違いないでしょ。
So you're saying that this really is closer to Wonder of You than I initially thought. Because just like with Toru and Wonder of You, he doesn't need to use his stand powers after you've already thought about him. You just do it once and now you're being pursued by causality. Fuck you. Especially since it's been a while since I've read part 8.
魔法の正体が分かったってことは解けるんだよね。
So a lot of information that has been retained, you know, other than the main characters, is the fact that it is anything that I've seen in videos.
残念ですが、そう簡単にはいかないでしょう。呪いの発生源を除去できれば良いのですが、位置の特定は困難です。
You know, if only he could use soft and wet. if only he could use infinite rotation bubble.
先ほど言った通り、谷風さんのマナが強すぎる上に、迂闊に刺激してしまうと。
would lead to it running wild, right?
そのため、最も安全かつ確実な方法は、呪いをかけた人物を探し出すこと。
So there's no avoiding it, I guess.
近くにはいないんだよね。見つけるの無理じゃない？もう異世界に帰ってるかもしれないし。
その可能性も捨てきれませんが、低いと思います。ゲートを開くにはそれなりに手間がかかります。気軽に行き来できるのであれば、姫様も私もそうしていますから。
あ、そっか、そうだよね。
とはいえ、その可能性もゼロではありませんが、まだこの世界にいるのであれば、おそらくすぐ近くにいます。谷風さんにかけられた呪いは運に作用します。つまり非常に不安定なものです。事故死に見せかけることができるという利点はありますが、その事故がいつ起こるかはわからない。明日かもしれないし、来週、来年、10年後かもしれません。
I mean, to be fair, it isn't as absurd as Wonder of You's ability, right? And it isn't as immediate either, right? But it could get there. I don't think it will, because they're trying to solve it as, you know, that they're going to be solving it pretty quickly, but, you know.
先ほど私は古来と申しました。あまりにも確実性に書くので誰も使わない消えつつある魔法です。姫様がおっしゃった通り、魔王の暗殺に用いるにはあまりにもぬるい。
She also said they might be after something else.
はい。私はこう考えています。谷風さんの命を狙うために呪いをかけたのではなく、谷風さんの精神を削るためではないかと。
I guess that would explain why he isn't trying to, how'd I say? I guess it would make sense considering what the bad luck he's going through isn't getting worse. And by that I mean nothing has been as lethal or potentially deadly as the scaffolding thing, right? It's just getting more frequent. Or becoming more frequent. Well, good for them, because it's working. I can't even go to the store without worrying anymore. They're stressing me out. The assassin's waiting for me to weaken then.
はい。弱らせた上で谷風さんの命を狙うのか、はたまた別の狙いがあるのか、それはわかりませんが。
Like, who knows? Maybe they knew you would avoid the scaffolding.
近くにいるって思うのはどうして？待つだけなら近くにいる必要はなさそうだけど。
訂正します。残っているのは手がかりですね。この呪いをかけるためには対象者に触れる必要があるのです。
I fucking told you it was the guy you bumped into in the fucking Starbucks.
要人であれば接触できるものは限られますからね。すぐに露見します。なので誰も使わない。
What? The fewer people who can come into direct contact with them. What? The means the cursor is often immediately discovered, hence why no one uses it anymore. The more important the person, the fewer people who can come into direct contact with them. Okay. Right. What? Okay, yeah.
今回の場合、不特定多数が対象になりますが、多少は絞れるでしょう。心当たりはありませんか？
Surely, right? Surely his first thought is something to... Surely his first thought would be the guy he bumped into at Starbucks, right? Yeah, it has to be someone who touched me. Thinking back, this all started when I went on the date with Kurumi. Thank you. He's flashing. He's thinking about all the other. He's thinking about other areas. The only people who touched me then were. How long does the contact need to be? They couldn't do it just by brushing against my shoulder or anything, could they?
ある程度、しっかりと触る必要はありますね。
So it wouldn't be anyone I was just walking past then.
それなら、はい、心当たりがあります。
Kurumi raises her hand into the air.
りっくんさ、人とぶつかったよね。
I hate that Kurumi brought this up instead of Riku. When was... Oh! It happened when we started lining up at the Starbucks.
結構強めにぶつかってたから、記憶に残ってたんだよね。
Yeah, I was hoping it would stick into his too. Yeah, we did, but I never got a good look at them.
私も顔は見えなかったんだけど、小柄な子だった。多分、女の子だと思う。
My assassin is a little girl?
あの日から始まったなら、その子しかいないと思う。
Okay. So, the assassin is the girl he bumped into. Does that mean that he bumped into her again? Did he bump into her again and she poured coffee onto him?
その記憶どれくらい鮮明に覚えてる？
割と、私、そこそこ記憶力いいよ。
Cause like, could it really be a coincidence that he bumped into a girl at Starbucks and then got bumped into another girl with coffee, probably from Starbucks today, right? Oh, again?
送ってくれるかな、その記憶。
オッケー、テレパシーね。
Kurumi immediately transforms.
なあちゃんだけみんなに送る？
一応私も手伝えるかもしれませんし。
私にもお願いします。
Send them to me too. Yeah, send them to me too. I want to know as much as possible.
オッケー。こんな形で役に立つとはな。
Okay, so this is where she gets her usefulness, right? But still, it's a bit fucking... How would I say? As useful as her photographic memory would be, and the telepathy would be, this isn't the only way they would be able to find out that person. Or they would be able to find the person. Whatever. Kurumi shuts her eyes. I sense her mana flooding into me, and in the next moment, a vivid image appears in my mind.
どう？
届いた。ありがとう。なるほど。彼女ですね。
帽子かぶってる。見るからに怪しい。
Sure, Amane, whatever you say.
隠しているのかもしれませんね。角、あるいは耳を。
You think she's a demon?
とはいえ、余計な先入観は捜索の邪魔になりますね。
So did the girl bumping into him today not wear a hat?
彼女を見つけましょう。大事に至る前に。
捜索なら僕が適任だね。屋内に身を隠していようが僕には関係ない。手始めにこの辺りを探してみる。東大元暮らし。意外とすぐそばに潜伏しているかもしれない。ありがとう、くるみ。助かったよ。
With that, Noah passes through a wall to begin her search. I'll need to remember to thank her later.
すぐに見つかればよいのですが、私も可能な限り協力いたします。
Thanks. So you know we need who it is. So now we know who it is. Jesus Christ. Do you still want me acting naturally so she doesn't suspect anything?
はい。しばらくご負担をかけることにはなりますが。
Yeah, you're gonna have to get more coffee stains on your shirt. Well, from what you said, the curse affects my surroundings, yeah? I'm not gonna be able to avoid everything, but I should be able to avoid anything catastrophic happening as long as I'm careful. Just stay away from anywhere potentially dangerous, and worst, I'll come away with some dirty clothes. It's fine.
問題ないかな。
Yeah, a flower pot might fall on your head. Just a little Amaro chocolate reference for you there.
心配ではあるよね。
Kurumi transforms back to normal and forces a smile.
ちょっと外出ただけであれだもんね。命に関わりそうなのはさすがになかったけど。
耐えていただくしかありませんね。少しでも早く見つけられるよう尽力いたします。では、本日はこれで。
Orie bows and heads toward the front door. I stand up and see her off. Thanks for coming all the way here.
いえ、こちらに来ていただくわけにはいかないですからね。それでは、失礼いたします。
With Orie gone, I return to the living room. Phew. At least we're making progress now. Thanks to you, Kurumi.
やっとリックンの役に立てたね。
That was still bothering you?
バリバリ気にしてる。こっから挽回してくから。って、リックン大変なのに、喜んでちゃダメだね。
Yeah, you shouldn't be doing it in front of Amane. It's fine. You're a huge help. Oh. Okay, no, I was thinking of something different.
おりっくん、くるみ？
But yeah. Huh? Oh, right. Well, no, I Riku would know that Amane suspects something, but Kurumi doesn't.
いやー、 いつの間にそんな仲になったのかなと。
まだ、かっこ仮ですが。
Yeah, because you two are fucking pussies. Just start dating already.
かっこ仮？
正式には、まだっていうか。
でも、キスしてるんですよね。
全部筒抜け。
My suspicions have been proved correct. Why would you do this to me, Noah? Why?
その、あまねちゃん？
はい？
あまねちゃんとゲームしたいって言ったの、りっくん目当てってわけじゃないからね。出しに使ったとか、そういうのじゃないから、そこだけは、誤解しないでね。
I don't think Amane thought that.
それは、別に思ってないですけど。
ほんと？よかった。またゲームしてくれる？
You know, it'll be more awkward, but she probably will.
まあ、はい。ちょっと。
Kurumi latches onto Amane. That was an impressively forceful way to change the topic.
次いつやる？いつゲームする？
別に、いつでもいいですけど。
約束ね、約束。
はあ。
よーし、今日はもう帰ろっかな。りっくん、気をつけて。外出るときはまた呼んで。
Will do.
それじゃあ、お邪魔しました。
Huh? Oh. She darts out of the front door before I even have time to get up. I'll text her later to say thank you again.
別にさ、あれこれ言うつもりはないんだけど。
What?
目の前でイチャつかれるとこっちが気まずいんですけど。
We weren't flirting though.
いや、十分イチャついてたから。
I guess I picked up on that subconsciously. Sorry.
ああいうのは自分の部屋とかでやってよね。もう。
I don't think... Never mind. With a sigh, Amane leaves the living room. Personally, I thought Kurumi and I were acting perfectly normal. If it looked like flirting to Amane though, then I suppose that goes to show how close Kurumi and I have gotten. I mean, we've kissed. It would say a lot about our relationship. If we were still acting like total strangers. We've basically confirmed that that an assassin is after me, but I'm more upset that my little sister got pissed off at me. Honestly, I don't know whether to laugh or cry. Kurumi's the whole reason that I still believe everything is going to be alright. Things are far worse than the last time this issue came up, but now I have Kurumi to support me. Not to mention Noah, Kagi, and Orie as well. They all care about me, and they're doing everything they can to help. For now, my personal problems are secondary. What's important is to be careful, yet aggressive in trying to lure the assassin out. We still don't know if they're after my life or something else entirely. But either way, I'm going to make sure this is resolved quickly. So that everyone can come back to their normal lives as well. Can get back to their normal lives as well.
Tenshi Souzou Reboot.
2 days have passed. Interesting. Unfortunately, we haven't been able to find the assassin in that time. Instances of bad luck have been popping up around me, and they've gradually been getting worse. But not worse in terms of lethality, right? Honestly, I can hardly believe some of the things that have happened to me. It's to the point where I can't even relax in my own home. Say, for instance, there was a tissue on the floor. No one would think twice before stepping on it. Yeah, before stepping on it. You certainly wouldn't divert your path to get out of the way. But if I don't do that now, I'll slip and fall around on my ass. I guarantee it. The danger gets even greater outside. Birds flying overhead will shit on me with pinpoint precision, and people busy on their phones will walk, as they walk home. What? Oh, as they walk, will home in on me. Okay, yeah, I was misreading that. To ensure we bump into each other. It certainly feels as if I'm attracting bad luck. Have been able to avoid most of it by being careful, but maintaining a state of constant vigilance is exhausting. While I can't say for certain that this is what the assassin wants, my spirit is slowly but surely being broken.
これほど探しても見つからないということは、かなり離れた場所に潜伏していると考えるべきでしょうか。
そうだね。捜索の範囲を少しずつ広げるしかないね。オリエちゃんたちの世界からこっちに来た人もまだ見つからないんだよね。
はい。手は尽くしておりますが。
Everyone's gathered here today out of concern for me. Kagi's not here with us, but I know that she's been staying in contact with her world to do everything she can for me. This is actually pretty hard on me as well. As grateful for their support as I am. As grateful for their support as I am, I find myself feeling guilty day by day.
ふと思ったんだけど、こっちでの暮らしはどうしてるんだろう。お金とか。
Kagi and Orie bought gems with them, if I remember correctly. Maybe the assassin did something similar to provide for themselves.
ってことは、あっちの世界でかなり裕福な家の人ってことになるのかな。貴族とか。
成果が得られていないのでお話ししておりませんでしたが、すでにその線でも調べております。
おお、さすが。
こちらの世界でも宝石などの換金が可能な場所をしらみつぶしにできればいいのですが、回りくどい手段を用いるほど警戒心の強い相手です。我々が派手に動けば。
Maybe they gave up on me and left for the time being.
それこそあっちの世界に帰っちゃうかもだよね。僕たちが視覚の容姿をある程度把握していることは知られていないはず。それが唯一のアドバンテージだね。このまま警戒されないよう普通の生活を送りつつ地道に探すしかなさそうだ。
谷風さんに追跡用の印が施されている形跡はありません。呪い自体のマナも追跡するにはあまりにも弱い。谷風さんを殺すにしても削るにしても、目視でなければ現状の把握はできません。近くに潜伏している可能性は非常に高いと思うのですが。
Maybe we should try the same thing as before.
同じって？
If they're waiting for me to get weaker, I'll just get weaker. Money can drain my mana again. Actually, forget about it. She still feels guilty. Over the last time. I don't want to put her through with that again.
必要ならやるけど。
Amane walks into the living room, having emerged from her room for once. I thought she was just avoiding Kurumi, but her eyes are a little red, so I guess she just stayed up late.
また血を飲めばいいの？
I just said you don't have to.
やるってば。それで解決するなら。
Look, just think about it. This curse doesn't make me drop dead. Yeah, it doesn't make me drop dead. It would need to make it look like an accident. Besides, if we mess up, I might actually die. She says nothing more and slinks into the kitchen without clarifying whether or not she agrees with me. She pours herself a drink, then sits down on one of the chairs in there. She's definitely trying to avoid Kurumi, and she's not even being subtle about it. They'd been getting along so well, but my actions the other day must have driven a wedge between them. I feel bad, but now's not really the time. As you said, they're wary, so they might not even be using just one hiding place. Most likely they're looking for a single occupant apartment, but it's still going to be tough to find them. Actually, I think we should assume they've figured out we're onto them.
最低限、谷風さんが異変に気づいているということは把握しているでしょうね。
Then I'm not going to get out of this without exposing myself to some danger. What we need is something that'll make them reveal themselves, even if they know it's a trap. Why do I get the feeling that I'm gonna have to let something bad happen to me no matter what?
吸いますか？
I said no.
もう少しおびき出し作戦続けてみる？待ってるにしても様子は見ているはずだし。遠くから様子を伺えますみたいな魔法を使ってない限りはいつか姿を現すんじゃないかな。
Yeah. I think that's the best option for now. Wanna hang out for a bit after this?
オッケーオッケー。そのつもりで来てるし。
じゃあ僕は周囲の警戒をしておくよ。
Thanks. And sorry to keep making you do this.
私は戻ります。あちらの世界から報告が届いているかもしれませんので。
Okay, shall we all head out then?
あまねちゃんまたね。
はい、お疲れ様でした。お先に。
Noah passes through the wall to leave the building. The rest of us make our way out the front door, leaving Amane behind.
駅前まで一緒に行こっか。せっかくだし。
ええ、いつもどのようなルートを？
Typically, we meet up at the station, then have a drink at the Starbucks, or get one to go and sit at the park.
公園。なるほど。見通しがいい場所で待つのは上策ですね。
Hasn't worked yet, but I don't want to give up hope just yet. What?
別に事故に遭わなくても誘い出せるかも。あまねちゃんにお願いすることになるからみっくん嫌がりそうだけど。
What does she have to do with it?
っていうかマナをいっぱい吸い取られて倒れたんだよね。
For the plan last time? Yeah.
でさ、一応家の中でも不幸が起こる可能性はあるんでしょ？
Yeah. I keep tripping over and banging my head and stuff.
だったらあまねちゃんにギリまでマナを吸ってもらった後、そういう事故が起こったことにして救急車呼んでみたりとか。病院に行くって確実に弱ってるじゃん。資格出てこないかな。
True. It's not like we need the assassin to see the incident itself. All we need them to see is that I'm in trouble. And if I get admitted to the hospital, they just might show up in the ward.
でしょでしょ。でも前は催眠術みたいなの使ってたんだっけ？
Yeah, he manipulated Miss Osato among other people.
こちらに長期間滞在することを前提としていれば、同種の力は持っているでしょうね。取引をするにしても盗むにしても、こちらに来たばかりの我々は目立ちますから。
I think the chance of someone else getting manipulated makes it too risky.
看護師さんとか操られたら逆にピンチになっちゃうかもだね。明暗思いついたってドヤ顔しちゃったけど、そうでもないね。
やってみる価値はあると思いますよ。検討してみては。
Yeah, and I don't want to keep you all so busy trying to help me. If only there was some way to quickly turn this around. Either way, I'll think about that when I get back home. I need to get Noah and Amane's input.
私にできることなら何でもしますんで。気にしないでね。
Thanks. I really mean it. You too, Orie. Pass on my regards to Kaguya.
はい。話は変わりますが、くるみさん。頭痛の方はいかがですか？
ああ、相変わらずですね。
Kurumi forces a smile and starts rubbing her temple.
一人でいる時かな、ほとんど。こういう風に話してる時はめったにないんだけど。記憶もいつも同じだね。魔王のこととっても慕ってましたよって感じのばっかり。
そうですか。申し訳ありませんが、スレイの調査も難航しております。お役に立てず申し訳ありません。
まだ調べてくれてたんだ。ありがとう。
せめて宵の監視者について何か分かればと調査を進めていたのですが、思うように成果が出ず。何か報告が上がりましたらすぐにくるみさんにもお伝えしますので。
ありがとう。お願いします。
では失礼いたします。
We say goodbye to Orie at the front of her apartment building and start wandering around in front of the station.
今日は今のところ平和だね。
They come in waves, like it depends on how lucky I am on a particular day or something.
今日は運がいい日なのかな。
Don't jinx it. Maybe. Hopefully that means another kid won't try and chop me in half.
あれほんと意味わかんなかったよね。
The funniest thing to me was his mum's complete lack of reaction.
そのままスーって歩いていったよね。
We chat as we head into the regular Starbucks. It's relatively empty for a change, so we pick a table outside it to give Noah a clear view. You said you're still getting the headaches, right?
ああ、もう慣れたけどね。
You've basically perfected control over your mana, and yet we still don't know what's causing them.
私の中の異物感みたいなのがどうしても消せないせいなのかなって。
Well, maybe if you start dating Riku, it will go away.
いわゆる拒否反応みたいな。前世のこととか全部飲み込めるようになったらなくなりそうな気はする。
That's what it feels like.
根拠はないけどね。てか、すごいね。
Huh? Good at what?
不運への対応力がめっちゃ上がってる。
Oh. I've been ducking and shifting around at my table during this whole conversation to dodge the bags that have come swinging at my head from random passers-by. Yeah, I guess I'm used to it too.
見ずに避けてたもんね。達人じゃん。
It's almost like I have the sixth sense that tells me when it's about to happen. I can't really explain it. I just feel it in my skin.
呪いが不運を引き寄せる気配みたいなのを掴んだのかな。
Could be. I've gotten a better hang of these things, thanks in large part to you.
私？なんかしたっけ？
Remember that time you suppressed my mana when it was about to go out of control?
ああ、はいはいはい。
Ever since then, I've been able to control, I guess, sense in this case, mana a little more clearly. I doubt I'd be able to sense the bad luck approaching if you hadn't taught me that.
ふんふんふん。感謝したまえよ。
She smiles teasingly as she takes hold of my hand, which I was resting on top of the table. Then she gives me a massage with her fingers. Last time this happened, I was worried about what strangers might think, but at this point, I don't care. No one's watching us anyway.
このまま力の使い方もわかれば、りっくんの体も治るかな。
It can't be too far away now, I hope.
思いたいね。いろいろしたいし。
Oh, really?
いろいろ。
She blushes and averts her gaze. Then I realize what she means and start blushing too. She's pretty upfront with about these things. I was embarrassed at the fact that lust was serving as my primary motivator, so it's relieving to know I'm not the only one. We're in love. Who cares if lust is one of the things driving us? Not that we've been totally upfront about our love so far, admittedly. Okay, moving on. I have more pressing matters to worry about right now. Well, before any of that, we have to take care of this assassin. Yeah, because why wouldn't the fucking writers of this game give you more excuses to not confess to each other?
Oh.
Like, you could have very easily waited until after they were officially dating for him to have this problem, right? This isn't tied. Not only is this issue not tied to Kurumi, it isn't tied to the fact that they aren't dating, right? Wait, why are you being so quiet?
いつも私がこういうこと言うと、りっくん気をつけろって言うから。乗ってきて逆にビビった。
Oh, I mean, I want to do those things too. She smiles happily and starts shaking my hand up and down. But she gets carried away and ends up slamming my hand to the table. But my bad luck. It turned into domestic violence.
ごめん、マジごめん、そんなつもりなかったんです。
She frantically rubs the back of my hand.
私が加害者になってしまうとは。
I wouldn't be surprised if an anvil fell on my head, or I just spontaneously imploded.
怖っ。
She hastily lets go of my hand. I realize I basically suggested it, but I wish she hadn't. Anyway, this is about as bad as my luck gets. Not really worth much, not really worth much when you're trying to assassinate someone, especially since I can sense it coming.
油断しちゃダメだよ。大事故に巻き込まれかけたんだし。
I know. What worries me most is getting other people hurt. And I think the best way of preventing that is to go along with your idea, Kurumi.
入院作戦？
Yeah. Otherwise, who knows? I could be walking past a building when it suddenly blows up. If some innocent bystander got hurt, or worse, if you got hurt, I'd never be able to live with myself. I hate asking Amane to do this again, but I'll talk to her about it when I get back.
りっくんのやりたいようにやるのが一番。きっとうまくいく。
You see, what Riku isn't realizing is that because of how bad his luck is, everyone around him will have good luck. Right? I hope so. So, even if a building blows up, no one in that building will die, or even none of them will get injured. Right? They will all emerge from the rubble completely unscathed. As long as Riku's around. If the building blew up when he wasn't there, unlucky. They would all die.
それでも、もしも何か起こったら、その時は守ってね。
To the best of his abilities. I will. I swear. She giggles and goes to take my hand again. And then stops herself.
爆発させてしまうかもしれない。
Don't worry, I wouldn't hold a grudge.
だよ！私がトラウマになる！
Surely my luck isn't that. Whoa! I sense someone passing behind me in dark.
やっぱ人多いとこだと落ち着かないね。別のとこ行こっか。
Are you still good on time?
別に予定はないし。
Okay then. Wanna do the usual?
オッケーオッケー。
We grab hold of our half-finished drinks and leave our seats. Then we start making our way to the park, where I'll be able to relax more, as long as I keep an eye on the skies. That is. Things are all right for now, but we won't be able to continue trying to lure them out like this. Not with the weather this month.
だね。これからもっと暑くなるみたいだし。
Maybe the infamous Japanese summer will prove too much for our assassin, and they'll give up and go home.
いいね、それ。呪いを解いてから帰ってほしい。リク。
Whoa! No descents from the skies. What's up?
視覚らしき人物を発見した。マジ？
Yeah, how blatant of a demon are they?
くるみの記憶と同じ服を着ていた。このまま追跡に移るよ。そばにいてあげられないから、リクは帰宅して。
Okay, be careful out there.
リクもね。
Yeah, thanks to Noah, the birds have been avoiding him. She stretches out her wings and immediately disappears.
入院作戦する必要ないかな。
Guess not. I'll see you back at the station.
何言ってるんすか？逆でしょ。私が家まで送ります。危ないのリックなんだから。
Back to the station. Right. Thanks for doing that.
いえいえ。でも安心するのは早いですよ。家に帰るまでが遠足です。
I know, but I've been pretty lucky today, so...
そういう油断がダメなんだってば。
Kurumi, every time you've brought up how quote-unquote lucky he's been, you've been jinxing it. So don't fucking don't tell him to not jinx it.
リックン？
I get this sense, this feeling in my skin. Nothing more than that, though nothing certain. Not truck-kun. A vehicle is speeding this way. A small truck. And when I say speeding, I mean it. It's zigzagging all over the road too. By the time I realize what's happening, it's too late. Do we try to run? Do I push Kurumi out of the way? I'll never make it in time. My body, after that point, operates on pure instinct. Kurumi screams something, but I can't make it out. It all happens in an instant. Although, due to the intensity of my focus, it seems to pass in slow motion. I transform into Diablo faster than I've ever done before. Both my hands shoot out in front of me reflexively. No isekai for you today, Truck-kun. I mean, a torrent of mana blasts through the truck, and it promptly grinds to a halt with an ear-piercing creak. I did it. Thank God no one got hurt. Oh, thank God no one got hurt. Grimmy, are you alright? The truck sits not even a meter in front of us. That was way too close for comfort. Had I been even a fraction of a second slower, it might have been too late. I check over my shoulder to see a bunch of frazzled kids staring at me. One of them takes out his phone. Uh-oh. Oh, great. Kurumi!
オッケー。撮影はまずいね。大丈夫だった？
Kurumi runs over to the kids, casually placing herself between me and the camera. I need to change it back fast. What? Fuck. Not yet. I can feel it in my skin. The bad luck is still coming. But what next? What could it be? A plane door, perhaps? Oh shit. There's a tank on the back of the truck. Full of flammable stuff. In movies, you always see the fire start in the engine, then spread to the rest of the vehicle before triggering a massive explosion. And that's about to happen right here in real life. Proved me right. The engine catches on fire. God fucking damn it. Fuck, there's no time. Kurumi, get as far away as possible. It's gonna blow. I shout out as I wrench open the crumpled door and pull out the unconscious driver. The fire is growing. It's going to reach the tank at any moment.
みんな、離れようね。
Kurumi's attempts to lead the kids to safety are in vain. They've seen the fire and started to panic. How big will the explosion be? Will it reach them? I already know damn well it will. If something has the potential to cause harm, with my luck, as awful as it is, right now, it will. Like I said, even if the explosion will happen, the kids will be fine. Alright? You'll fucking tag the explosion, pun intended, and nothing bad will happen to the kids or Kurumi. It falls to me to protect them. And to protect Kurumi. Look after the driver. I carry him over to Kurumi, then sprint back to the truck before she can reply. What do I do? What can I do? The flames have engulfed the entire truck. I have to do something now. I'll put a shield around the explosion with my mana. But can I even do that? God damn it. Why am I doubting myself? It doesn't matter if I can. I have to. Don't think. Let your body act. It knows exactly how to use mana. So please, I'm not saying it 4 times. Do as I say, just this once. I have to protect them. I have to protect her. Gah! I mean, you know.
Riku.
Protecting the girl he likes was a pretty big motivator in Kaguya's route too, so this isn't anything new.
Riku! 無事かい? Riku!
Yeah, sorry, I can hear you. I just couldn't speak. I breathe a long sigh as I collapse to the ground. Somehow, some way, I did it. The truck exploded, but no one got hurt. The kids, the driver, Kurumi, they're all safe. It took everything I had. I'm utterly drained. Which is probably why I've reverted to my normal form.
一体何が?
I'll tell you later. Would you mind erasing those kids' memories? They had a front row seat to my whole Diablo performance.
ああ、わかった。
Or at least erase the photos on their camera so that they can't prove what they saw. You know, kids these days with their wild imaginations and all. Kurumi comes rushing over to me, passing by Noah as she heads to the kids. Yeah, I'm fine. Whoa. She starts hugging me as if her life depends on it.
よかった。よかったよ。
Are you okay?
なんともない。大丈夫。
Thank God. She sounds like she's about to cry, so I gently pat her on the back. We've got ourselves a whole audience now. I'll let them deal with calling the police and the ambulance. We need to get away from here as fast as possible, because we have no hope of explaining what just happened to the authorities.
リク、くるみ、
Noah returns to us and glances around.
何が起こったのか、大体は把握した。二人は先に帰っていて。ここは僕がうまく収めるよ。
Thanks. See you at home.
立てる？
Yeah, I'm fine. Kurumi helps me to my feet. This incident only happened because of me. No one was injured, but a whole lot of people almost were.
行こっか。
Yeah. The guilt overcomes me as we make our escape.
なるほどね。そんなことが。
We got that whole scene and not a single fucking CG. With Noah back, we call Amani down to the living room and explain what just happened.
僕がリクから離れた直後に大きな不幸が訪れた。
What happened with the assassin?
すまない。リクの魔力が膨れ上がるのを感じて中断した。
爆発を防いだって。お兄、よくできたね。
I was desperate. It would have been screwed if it hadn't worked. In all honesty, I'm pretty impressed with myself. I fired off all the mana I had and enveloped the truck with it. This created a barrier, preventing the explosion from spreading. Mind you, I'm sure Noah or Kaguya would have come up with a much better solution. I just brute forced it.
リク、本当に大丈夫？
You know, just tired. Yeah, I'm fine. Just a little exhausted after using all that mana.
すまないリク。守ると言いながら僕は。
It's not your fault. Just a case of bad timing. Right after you spotted the assassin too. I don't think you can chalk it up to bad timing, quote unquote bad timing.
僕は誘い出されたのかもしれない。
You think they let you spot them?
僕の姿は見えていないはずだけど、気づいてはいたのかも。リクを守る存在に。だからあえて姿を現し、自分に注意を向けることで、僕をリクから引き離した。そう考えないと、タイミングが良すぎる。
At least one of them is aware that bad timing is not a good excuse.
じゃあの事故、偶然じゃなくて、意図的に起こされたってこと？
And then the assassin just wanted us to believe it was all the work of this ancient magic. They planned things perfectly to make an attempt on my life. Then, damn it.
ね
Hermione directs our attention to the TV.
え、もうニュースでやってるよ。
Well, I would think so. I would imagine so. A truck caught fire in the suburbs, is what it says. With every incident that happens, more and more innocent people are getting caught up in the crossfire. Well, none of them are getting hurt, so, you know, it pisses me off as much as it makes me feel pathetic.
うちに来たりする？お兄にインタビューとか、警察の事情聴取とか。
リクとクルミに関する記憶は、申し訳ないけど消させてもらったよ。
Yeah, that's gonna be hard to explain. You know, how is this truck full of flammable liquid caught fire and and the explosion did no damage to the surrounding area. How will you explain this, Meteor?
念のため、近隣の住民も、家の中から見ていたかもしれないからね。
Thanks for doing all that.
これは、僕の不手際だ。落とし前は、つけさせてもらわないとね。
Noah stands up, quiet rage exuding from her.
視覚が近くに潜んでいることは分かった。 探しに行ってくる。
Right now?
リクはゆっくり休んでいて。
She smiles gently before passing through the wall.
私も行こっかな。
You're gonna search for the assassin?
買い物のついでに、お惣菜適当に買ってくるからご飯炊いといて。
Oh, sure. Take care.
別に私は狙われてないし。
Amane heads out with a giggle, leaving Kurumi and I alone. She's always glum. I would try to cheer her up, except this all happened because of me. Apologizing doesn't feel like the right move either. Kurumi would probably get annoyed. We almost died out there. It's no surprise she's still in shock. I was lucky that everything was saved. It wasn't a case of skill. A sudden fear grips me. If I hadn't been able to save us, then Kurumi would have died because of me. I need to pull myself together. I'm just going to make her worry more if I start getting depressed. Unfortunately, I still can't find the right words to say. So I just squeezed down on her hand instead.
またあんな事故起こるのかな。
You know, probably. If the assassin did it intentionally, then yeah, it might. But we don't have to worry about the curse anymore.
どうして？
Like, my senses have suddenly gotten way sharper. Now I can tell there's something in me that's not supposed to be there. It's the faintest sensation, almost lost amid the flickering flames within me. A matter that's not my own, but someone else's. I carefully extract it and burn it away.
今の
The curse is gone, and my unlucky days are over.
マナを制御できるようになった。
Or was that another red herring? Yeah, I've got the hang of it. I had to, if I wanted to protect you.
りっくんらしいね。
Does that mean he's able to get it up too? How so?
誰かのために行動できるのがりっくんじゃん。自分のためじゃなくて誰かのために限界を超えるりっくんらしいなって。
For others. The first time I tried using my mana, it completely failed. I was weak. It was a gamble. Hell, I was practically convinced it was suicide, which is exactly why I failed. Because ultimately, I wasn't determined enough. I didn't have that desire to protect someone besides myself, someone whom I loved, no matter the cost. I do have a bad tendency to only getting things done at the 11th hour, that I can admit. It's definitely not a good timing, but definitely not a good thing. In the end, it all worked out. But there had to be a better way of doing things if I really wanted to make sure you were safe.
守ってもらえたからいいよ。
She rests her head on my shoulder. I'm about to pull her into a hug, then I stop myself. I doubt Amane will be back anytime soon, but I wouldn't want her getting all pissed off at me or anything. Pissed off at me again. Do you want to, come up to my room? Come up to my room? Oh, I was just offering. I've been in yours, but you've never been in mine.
行く。
Weird phrasing, but sure. Okay, let's go. I stand up and lead her to my room. Internally, I sigh to myself. Surely there had been a better way of phrasing that. Kurumi hugs me the moment we step into my room. She must still be in shock from earlier. I hug her back while gently stroking her head. Oh, I only just noticed.
何？
You're wearing a different perfume, aren't you?
幸運を呼ぶ香り。
They have stuff for that?
あなたの星座にマッチする香りみたいな。全然信じてないけど。 嫌い？
No, I do. It's nice. She looks up at me and giggles. Our eyes meet. Then our lips come together. We kiss. Holy crap. Holy... I mean, you know, I guess that would also be my reaction to being able to... My first reaction to being able to get it up again after so long would probably also be holy crap. She stares anxiously at me as I suddenly pull back.
ごめん、そういう空気じゃなかったでしょうか。
Not that. You're not gonna believe it, Kurumi.
どうしたの？やっぱり調子悪い？
The opposite.
逆？
I've never felt better.
うん。
I'm in top form right now, Kurumi. Okay, the holy crap line I got, but like you're pushing it now.
はい。それは良かったです。
My my crotch.
ああ、下半身。下半身？
She jumps back from me and casts her eyes downwards. There's a bulge in my pants. Shut up. A very noticeable bulge. It's happening. It's actually happening. I have an erection.
ボケしてる！
Yes, I'm erect right now. Shut up.
やったー！ボキやったー！
Okay, she isn't any better. Yes, I did it. But why now? Because you can control your mana better, or why else?
マナの制御できるようになったからじゃ！
Yeah, even Kurumi says it's pretty fucking obvious. Oh, of course. That's why I can get it up again.
そうだよ！それで勃起できたんだよ！
Thank God no one else is here. I did it.
やったよ！
Now you can finally start dating. The two of us embrace, sharing in this joyous moment as we scream about erections. Just how long has it been? It kind of hurts a little, but I'm too happy to care. I finally did it. I got my manhood back. Thank you, Kurumi.
うん。私、何もしてないけど。
You're the one who first told me how it felt to use mana. I couldn't have done it without you.
そっか。よかった。よかった。
Emotion is coursing through me. It's been about 2 months, I think. 2 entire months of feeling less than a man. 2 whole months of suffering. But now Kurumi and I can... We can what? My high vanishes immediately. I'm hugging a girl while a boner rages in my pants. If we were to go with the flow, then... I mean, it's obvious what would happen. Only I still haven't done what I need to do before that. Should I do that now? Do I have to? Except, is this really the situation? Won't it seem like I'm just telling her I love her to get her to sleep with me? Also, like, really? After everything we just went through? But wait, isn't that all the more reason to? This is how it always This is how it always happens in the movies. The heroes overcome some danger, and then they end up in bed together. It's the suspension bridge effect or something. Danger brings people together or whatever. So I should do it now, shouldn't I? But I don't know. My heart and mind are locked in a fierce battle. my heart tells me to go for it, to stop thinking and just act. While my mind is telling me to calm down, that I'm not an animal, to remember what I've said before. Which is right. There's too much blood coursing to my loins. I can't think straight. Yeah, your third brain should be thinking as well. Huh? Oh, what's up? The silence broken. I end up stuttering strangely.
勃起してんじゃん？
I definitely am.
これってさ、あれだよね。一回出さないと収まらないやつだよね。
Huh?
勃起しちゃうと出さないとダメなんだよね。
I mean, if that's the excuse you want to use. Oh, no, that's not how it.
出さないとダメなんだよね、男の子って。男の子って勃起すると
She's being awfully pushy. It's pretty clear that she knows exactly what she's saying. I was just standing around doing nothing, so she felt like she had to take the lead. God, I'm so pathetic. This is so embarrassing.
というわけで、
wait, She reaches down for my pants.
大丈夫なので。
About what?
大丈夫。
Look, I'm trying to... wait, Grimmy, you're staring really hard at my crotch right now.
こっちはもうとっくの前に覚悟完了してんの。
Wait, just give me a moment. I'm not ready.
失礼します。
Oh, okay. She takes my pants down along with my underwear and exposes my raging erection to the air. Long time no see, partner. Meet Karumi. She goes bright red, her eyes darting around as she kneels before me. She then timidly reaches out. So, you know, I understand that they were, you know, that they had to, move on to the next scene, but, like, it's a bit awkward that Kurumi's still behind that Kurumi is behind Amane.
終わった？
Not even close.
気まず。
She's still staring at me. I don't...
そろそろ寝よっかな。
Thank God Kurumi... How would I say this? Thank God the code changes Kurumi's model whenever she's on the screen. Oh, that's not the right way to say it. Whatever.
疲れた。まだちょっとヒリヒリするな。明日には治ってるかな。そうだ。手帳に書いとこう。
About how you lost your virginity today.
初めて記念日。
That's exactly what she wrote down.
ス
Okay.
レイ様。
Oh, shit. Yeah?
寝室に立ち入る無礼、お許しください。
魔族？
Do the horns not give it away?
まさかりっくんを狙ってる。
可解です。私の策はなりました。ですが、なぜあなた様が阻むのです？
何を言ってるの？
私を呼んだのはあなた様ではありませんか？
呼んだ？私が？
はい。よいよ。世界の脅威を封ずるために。
ちょっと待って、どういうこと？てか、あなた誰？
And also, how old are you? If you knew Slay from 50 years ago, or, well, to be fair, we don't know exactly when Slay died, compared to Diablo, which was, 50 years ago.
私は酔いの監視者。あなた様の理想を体現するもの。
それって。
またいずれ。失礼いたします。
ちょっと、
くるみ、電話？声大きいよ。
はい、ごめん。
Okay, hang on a minute.
バックログ画面だ。
くるみ、電話？声大きいよ。
God damn it. It's hard to tell because of the fucking filter over her voice, I guess you could say. But I swear that is fucking Yuzuki's voice.
あれ、消えた？酔いの監視者。
嘘でしょ？天使創造リブート。
視覚がくるみの部屋にね。
My assassin can't be that cute moment. I was contemplating whether or not to BRB in the middle of that. Around which chapter?
フローチャート画面だ。
Here. This I was debating on whether or not I should BRB here. But here's the problem, right? Because Riku's fucking Riku started off the chapter with a ... It was kind of hard for me to stall for long enough so that it would warrant me being able to stop the recording. I've really tried, but yeah, it would have been too long of a stall. Not so much in the recording, right? I can cut that out, but in terms of the VOD, which I'm less inclined to, cut stuff out of, except for like BRBs and stuff, and the start of the stream until when I start to transition into the game. But regardless, we're, pretty, I guess, tiring. It's hard to say. But either way, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, a follow would be appreciated. And if you want to support me further, you could also subscribe. But thankfully, we were actually able to finally have them officially start dating. It took until the end, but they finally did it in terms of confessing to each other and also fucking each other. But either way, tomorrow we'll be playing more Angelic Chaos. Who would have guessed? And clearly, we're gonna find out more about the quote-unquote assassin, or what does she call herself? Twilight. Where are you? The watchdog of Twilight, right? Well, I guess we'll be learning more about her. But until then, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, and I will see you guys again next time. Bye-bye.